bring me, got my, oh my, by my. Hey y'all, so I'm just goofing off because I love this freaking show and I love the theme song because I bring me. Anyway, so this week's episode was pretty good. This week's episode, Alexandra was sleeping with the neighbor boy. I'm really surprised that they started getting it in so early on in the series because I thought Alexandra was going to be like the type of girl that would hold out for a little bit, you know, before she gave up the cookie. But apparently not. I mean, neighbor boy was kind of fine. So there you go. So she sleeps with him or whatever. And after, you know, they sleep together, they're like laying in bed and they have like their little couples moment. And he like tells her that, or he asks about her parents rather, and she basically says that like her mom is dead. And he pretty much says that his dad is dead. And they have like their little moment or whatever, and it's like, oh, they're bonding. And of course we were all, you know, the wool was over our eyes because Alexandra goes on about her day. She's singing in the salon, and in pops Naomi Campbell, who happens to be Alexandria's mama. Now it turns out her mom has a drinking problem, and she came in with her dad, Lenny Kravitz. His name on the show was like, what was his name? Rolling Crane or something. And you know, she pops in with Daddy Rolling Crane, and pretty much they're like, you need to come back home. We don't know why you're here. You know, your mom needs your help. She's an alcoholic and she needs you to, you know, help with her alcoholic problem or whatever. And, you know, everybody's just kind of looking like, oh, she got 2 celebrity parents. Like, oh, I can't believe her daddy rolling, crying. Like, everybody in the salon was all, you know, like, trying to figure out what she was doing here. Because obviously she got money and she rich and she, you know, working at the hair salon. So, that went down. And then Star, of course, got really mad at Alexandria because she's like, why didn't you tell us that your daddy was Rolling Crane? Because y'all know he's like some big rock and roll star or whatever on the show. And she's like, your daddy could have been helping us get our careers going and, you know, getting a demo going. Like, we sitting up here trying to enter in this talent show to get a demo record deal or whatever. And we had to hook up all along with your daddy. Like, why aren't you using your connections? And, you know, Alexandra pretty much tells them, you know, the reason why she doesn't want to work with her dad was because he doesn't believe in her music. But it really was the fact that he only wanted to work with Alexandra. He didn't want to work with anybody else in the group. You know, he didn't want nothing else to do with Simone and Star. So, you know, obviously he's going to support his daughter's dreams, but, you know, he wanted her to do a different style thing, but really low-key, he didn't want her to be in, like, the business at all, because he did tell Star later on in the episode, like, hey, I don't want Star involved in this mess. I don't want her to have the type of upbringing that I had involving it, so I don't want her in the spotlight. So then Star ends up going to like the hotel. Oh, so neighbor boy got mad at Alexandria. He's like, you know, I don't want to talk to you anymore because you lied about your whole situation. You told me your mom was dead and she's not really dead. So he was mad at her. And then Alexandria was mad at her parents because they wanted her to come home and she didn't want to come home. And Star was mad at Alexandria because, of course, you know, she wants to have this record deal with Rolling Crane. So basically Star ends up going to the hotel and she tries to like use her sexuality to lure Rolling Crane into getting her a record deal. So she wear her little booty short. You know how Star be dressing, just scandalous. And she had on her little booty shorts and all that, and she's just like, come on and give us this record deal. So they go up to the hotel room and we see clothes and stuff going on the floor. We didn't know if they really slept together or not. Naomi Campbell walks in and she's like, Roland, how could you? How could you? So of course she tells Alexandra. Alexandra gets mad at Star. And Star is pretty much like, you know, I didn't sleep with him. I wanted to, but Naomi Campbell walked in and your mom walked in and we didn't get a chance to. So pretty much in the end, Alexandra and Star ends up making up. And Star pretty much realizes that she's been using her sexuality like throughout her life to get things and make things happen. So she kind of apologized to Alexandra for doing that because she thought that that was like the only way that she was going to be able to, you know, get Roland's attention. And then Alexandra also went back to her parents and she gave them back her credit cards, and she basically cut herself off and was like, I'm going to do this on my own. I don't need y'all support. Mom, you need to get some help. I can make it on my own. Another thing that happened in this episode is that Simone, last week, we've kind of seen her, you know, having trouble with drugs and things of that nature. Turns out she's been like heavily self-medicating herself, taking drugs and pills and whatever. And she's not in a good place, like, at all. And we saw in the earlier previews about how, you know, Simone was going to have, like, you know, this whole overdose situation thing happen. And I thought that it was going to be, like, later on in the episode when they were a little bit more famous. But it turns out it's the second episode. So Simone, you know, goes to church with Queen Latifah. What is her name? Because I cannot remember her name on the show. But anyway, she goes to church with Queen Latifah, who is, like, you know, her mama at the moment. And she's singing in front of everybody, and she basically passes out and has the overdose. And for Queen Latifah, this is just a reminder of why she doesn't want the girls to get into fame and into stardom, because that's how their mom died. You know, that's how her mom died. The producer that we saw from last week, whatever his name is. I gotta learn these people's names. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll learn their names eventually. Or I gotta write them down or something. But the producer from last week, you know, who's trying to give the girls this record deal, he was the one that got Star's mom into drugs. And, you know, the reason why she ended up dying is she had that overdose. So Queen Latifah is just kind of having flashbacks of this moment with Simone having this overdose, and nobody really knows what to do, you know. So it kind of leads into next week's episode, which of course will be dealing with Simone and her overdose. And, you know, obviously she probably gonna pull through, because I mean the show is just starting and they needed 3 of them to really make it more of a uniform girl group or whatever. So we know she's gonna pull through. But, you know, we'll probably see them dealing with that week. And then the producer, another thing is that the producer is kind of having issues with money. So he's like pretty much broke right now, and, you know, he's trying to find his own funding, because he really does believe in the girls as a singing group, and he is really trying to put them on, but he ain't got no money to do so. So I guess that'll be resolved in later episodes. So yeah, as the season goes on, we'll probably see, you know, the girls kind of rise a little bit more to fame. But this week's episode was pretty good. I mean, like I said, this is one of my favorite new shows. The songs are definitely catchy. I love that song, I Bring Me. Like, that is on repeat on my YouTube playlist. Like, yes, I love that song. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this week's recap. Be sure to subscribe to see next week's recap, and I will check y'all in the next one.